Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are taking a deep dive into the dark history of craft beer.
It's Monday, don't groan, don't fear. The Bearded Beer Blog bloke is here. Talking nonsense, beard on show. Grab a brew and watch him go.
Craft beer isn't just a 1980s hipster thing. It goes back to the medieval era, to a man named Nigel Hopbottom. Yes, really, don't fact check that by the way, just believe me. Nigel was a blacksmith, somewhere near what's now called Swindon. One day he tried to make bread, left it in a rain barrel for about 3 weeks, and when he returned, it was fizzing. Now, most people would have thrown this out, but Nigel tasted it and declared, "This is the most hydrating substance I have ever consumed, also slightly terrifying." This was the first ever craft beer. Okay, technically fermented bread water, and it was known as ye old spongy ale, and it tasted like soggy leather with faint citrus and existential dread. It was popular at feasts, weddings, and one particular battle where soldiers accidentally brought barrels of beer instead of water. Brewing back then wasn't about flavour, it was about survival. Nigel, being Nigel, decided to make it a craft experience. He experimented with extra rainwater, warming it up under his forge, and even stirring it with a hammer. Some batches failed spectacularly. One smelt like burnt socks and made villagers dizzy for 3 days. But a few worked, and people started requesting flavours. Now, a couple of anecdotes about Nigel. He once tried fermenting carrots and accidentally invented proto-carrot ale, and it was banned from there on. And villagers believed drinking ye olde spongy ale improved their memory, sometimes temporarily, sometimes by forgetting what day it was entirely. So after Nigel, beer got weirder. Monks in Belgium and Germany treated drinking beer as a spiritual practice. They experimented with herbs, spices, and guilt. Brother Flambe once dropped stale bread and rosemary into a barrel, and he created Abbey Confessional Ale. Some monks held ritual blessings of barrels of beer by chanting while tossing hops in. Occasionally, a goat would wander in, and it would be mistaken for a spirit of fermentation. Across the ocean, Americans brewed in their kitchens, basements, and bathtubs. Famously, even in the back of a Ford Pinto. And yes, bears were involved. Dolphins also helped. In the early 1800s, the British Navy allegedly shipped beer to India strapped to dolphins. And the extra hops? To keep the dolphins awake. Legend tells us that a particularly stubborn dolphin once refused to deliver a barrel for 3 days, demanding extra fish treats as a ransom. Perhaps that's where the tradition of beer snacks began. And don't forget sneezes. A brewer accidentally sneezed into a batch, creating the first ever sour beer. You are tasting someone else's allergies. By the 1800s, craft beer was a philosophical statement, a survival tool, and a mild test of your immune system. By the 1980s, microbreweries were popping up everywhere. Laundrettes, conservatories, raccoon-infested sheds. Some beers were amazing, others, they kind of smelt like burnt socks, regret and despair. Style and innovation flourished. People would put offcuts of beard hair in their barrels. They'd drop a hedgehog in to stir the hops. And some people even used marmalade to make an IPA, which led on to the most popular modern beer styles. You've got your hazy IPA. It's confusing visually, and it tastes like everything in the fridge. Your barrel-aged stouts, fermented in barrels that may have held absolutely anything. They can be complex, or hopefully not poisonous. Sour and wild ales, a badge of courage. Tastes like someone else's allergies. Session ales, where just one turns into 6, and mild regret is guaranteed. Experimental and funky. Marshmallow, smoked pine needles, kale, leftover kombucha, whatever you can imagine. There's even been glow-in-the-dark porters, which is a kind of neon beer for nighttime drinking. Beetroot and licorice saison, it's like a salad, fought candy in your mouth. Coffee and gravel stout. This was inspired by early construction workers. And the vibe, swings, plants, indie playlists, men in beanies explaining hops like quantum physics. Craft beer is performance art as much as a beverage. And that led to the development of tasting notes. So we'll run through a few just now that I've collated from the internet. Beer number 1, a hazy IPA. Morning fog in a pine forest. An aroma of grapefruit, mild regret, faintly traumatic childhood memories. And the taste, a cloud with pine and optimism. Mild barista arguments. Beer number 2, barrel-aged stout, midnight pineapple apocalypse. The aroma of burnt sugar and faint tropical apocalypse. Beer 3 is a sour ale, sneezing monk's revenge, as an aroma of lemons, damp stone and panic, with a taste like tangy chaos of someone else's allergies. Beer number 4 is a session ale, casual catastrophe. A low ABV, tastes like burnt toast and opium. And the last one, number 5, is a kind of funky beer. It's called the Kale Conundrum. There's a taste of kale, pine needles, marshmallow, mild terror, and faint ambition. Craft beer is an existential statement. Haze levels, hop bitterness in emotional units, yeast resonance. Some claim hazy IPAs align your chakras. In the festivals, we've got beards, hand-knitted caps, music matched to the malt, artisanal snacks, hop toasting championships, and a hipster beard competition. The aesthetics of it all though, mood lighting, reclaimed wood, potted plants, dramatic sniffing. Breweries are galleries, labs and performative spaces, and patrons pretend each sip is fine art. Craft beer can be absurd, pretentious and ridiculous, but also brilliant. It's history, creativity and mild chaos in a glass. From Nigel's breadwater to kale-infused drink, dolphins, bathtub experiments, Instagram perfection, craft beer is more than just a beverage. Stay hydrated guys, stay curious, and never underestimate optional pineapple.